Detachment is very easy, actually. And if you have resistance to it being easy, it's just because you have a belief about it being harder than it is. So, detachment, what is it and what is it not? Two stories for you. One quick story about a friend of mine. A friend of mine calls me this AM and says, "Hey, got a story to tell you. There's only one person on the entire planet who's going to believe what just happened to me." That's me. Because I believe in what? Miracles. Because I know that I am a miracle. I was born a miracle. And so are you. So is every single person on this planet, except the fact that you just forgot, right? So here's your turn to remember. He says, "You remember that business, Primo's, that I was going to be opening from California? I wanted to open up a franchise in Cali when I lived there. Now I live in Florida, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course I remember, brother. What's up?" He says, "I just got that business for free." I'm like, "Of course you got it for free, right? Because my life is full of miracles, so I'm not surprised. But tell me how it came out to be free." He shared with me the story. And long story short, he ends up getting the business for free. He pays less royalties for the first 6 months on the franchise, and he has an opportunity to use this business, right, to live out his destiny, which he's always wanted to own a restaurant. Like, the guy is amazing. And then the second story is, I have three people in my life, three different individuals in 1 week who all called me asking me to be a reference. Now, what does this have to do with detachment? You're like, she's just telling stories. Listen, detachment is having no care, okay, about the how in things happen. See, people are confused. They say detach from the outcome. Detaching from the outcome is a little bit different than detaching from the how, right? When you detach from the outcome and what you want to get out of something, it's almost like you feel like you are not wanting it anymore, right? And that's a beautiful thing, to not be in that wanting. But where we really get trapped, it's not in that part, it's in the how it unfolds. You get trapped when you say, "I've got $1 million," and you look in your bank account and you see zero and you say, "Shit. How am I going to pay for this? How am I going to pay for that? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? How is this going to happen? How? All those hows. That's where we actually get trapped. It's not in the detachment from the outcome. That's easy work. The detachment really has to be in every step that it takes to get to where you're going, where you already set your intention to be. And remembering to be the person who is already there. That's the most difficult part. Act as if. That's not anything different than being the thing, being that person. If you're 20 and you want to run a business, see yourself as the 30-year-old running that business, or the 25-year-old running that business. The decisions you make, how you act, how you treat circumstances. That's what detachment really is. So it's much easier, like I said, than we all make it out to seem. You just have to pay most attention to how you're feeling and what you're thinking. If something comes your way, you say, "No, actually, I say it's this way. Inside of me is more real than what's outside of me." But you have to believe that's true in order for any of this to work. So this is twofold. I love you so much. Detachment is easy. Mwah. And of course, all three people ended up getting the job. Now, I'm not saying it's because of me that they got the job, right? But the only thing that it gets reflected back to me is who I'm being. So their success, right, is a reflection of the success I feel inside. Because you can go into a reference situation and be like, "Oh my God, they chose me as a reference. What am I going to do? What am I going to say? Are they going to like me? Da 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 da." Or you can go in and say, "You know what? I'm the best reference that they ever could ask for, because I know who I am. I am a solid person. I am a loving person. This is a loving person who I'm referencing, and they can do the job. I know they can do the job. I have confidence in them. I have confidence in me. That's all I need. I am who I am. Continue on," right? So detachment is not worrying about how things are going to work out, just being the individual who already has the thing, period. Just knowing who you are, which is love, light, all that is perfection, all that is good. And what you don't know is that business would have actually cost him $1 million or more to start. $850,000 in equipment, $150,000 to buy the business. $1 million. The guy gets it for free. Tell me you don't believe in miracles. Tell me when you start believing in miracles, the people around you automatically receive miracles. It is crazy. God is so good.